Hello guys, and welcome finally to another episode of Michis Esport Diary. So today I'm going to explain a little bit myself, as in why have I not been as active as I used to be, let's say in July or let's say in June, and especially why there has not been that many actual racing streams in the past. You know that we've been quite addicted a little bit by the F1 Manager game that has been released in the end of August, and I will promise you that we will come back on it, as much as we are also trying to do a little bit more F1 22 career mode, just to get a little bit out of the overall esports, how shall I say this, out of the esports rhythm a bit. As you know, Le Mans Virtual Series has begun. We've had the first race. First race was awesome, and we will have to be added for the future rounds coming up. Whether we're going to be in the car or not is a different topic, but just overall saying that we do need to keep up the grind, keep up what is going on there, and to be able to be able to repeat the performance that we had in race 1 in the 8 hours. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and also while I have been off the air, kind of, there was also a lot of stuff going on. But let's come back maybe to first things first. So I think one of the key things about my personality is that I always kind of say what I think, that I'm quite honest with everyone on the stream. So for those of you that have seen the Virtual Endurance Championship race, the 6 hours of Monza, I had a clear opinion about things, and despite I do see my overall mistake, I still do believe I'm not the only one at fault there. Anyway, why am I saying this? It's because this video has taken me quite long now to take it, and I really had to first think about some things in my mind to get things settled down, to also make up my mind about how I'm going to explain things, because they are not quite trivial as such, and they are not quite you just answer on your question. But I still try to get you guys an idea of what has actually happened in the backside of things. So you may have seen a slowly decreasing number of streams with the end of the Formula Pro series, and during the Formula Pro series I already started to get out struggling, but I could get, I kept stuff up. So I kept the practice up, I kept the spirit up, and I just tried to get that series over the line, because I was sure and I knew that after the series there would be a lot of different work to do. So what has actually happened? The easy things to say first, I've quit my job, and I'm getting out of the company by the end of October, which means I need to find a new job. Yes, I have not found a new job just yet. I'm currently working on it, and there is a lot of possibilities and a lot of things to be checked, but that is going on. But that overall situation is actually the reason and the source of me being sort of absent on the stream, and also being probably a little bit different in terms of mindset, being a little bit different in terms of behavior, and I'm going to explain this. So basically the overall process of sort of being unhappy, being a bit out of sync with everything, has started very much in May, June this year. So in August, really, I took myself some time saying, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to treat this? How am I going to find a solution for the situation I find myself in? And obviously the source of the issue was already present and was already known, but to solve the issue is what is the interesting and the difficult part. And this is actually what has led to the overall slowdown of content on the channel. So first things first, during the Formula Pro season, I found myself suffering a little bit from satisfaction and enjoying sim racing overall. On the level that we do sim racing, obviously sim racing is being treated as a job. Of course it's your passion, of course it's your hobby, of course it's you do what you love, but at the end of the day it's also hard work to be at the top of the esports series, to be at the top of your game, and to be really ahead of ahead of yourself and really performing on a high level. That also means you need to be 100,000% focused on the actual job. You need to be mind full on sim racing at all times in order to perform well, in order to achieve the results that, let's say, Yanni is achieving. Yanni is an outstanding class driver, and he is on another level right now. I think we are currently seeing the best Yanni Michis that we've ever seen. And like the guy is crazy what he's doing in the sim lately. But reason for this is because he has he has the perfect mindset, he has the perfect working routine, and I think also mentally he's in a different state than I have been in June. So what I felt obviously was that little bit of, I don't want to call it a lack of motivation, maybe a tad, but that is just because of the overall situation. So what I felt the most was me in the streams being more greedy, me being more unhappy, me being more mourning about myself, more moaning about my performances. I have been more mourning in the practices of the team, and yet I've just lacked the pace a bit. I have been a 10th off here, a 10th off there. In Donington it was like 5 minutes before 12 when I finally got onto pace, and for Laguna Seca I never really got on pace, and I've always been lacking 3 or 4 tenths on a 58-second circuit. So that all led to me saying, okay, something is not right. Well, I knew that something wasn't right, but I was like, okay, it starts taking an influence that I cannot accept or do not want to tolerate in that regard. So yeah, I started to feel unhappy in my job. I tried to fix some things in my job, which effectively I failed on for various reasons. I'm not going to dig deeper into them. Let's just say at the end of the day I came to a conclusion, and this unhappiness, you know, this is going on in your mind. You're coming home greedy, you're coming home in already a bit of bad mood, being a bit salty, being like, you know, you start feeling uncomfy when you're just coming home. And you take that uncomfiness into the evening, into the practice, and you're slow, you're feeling even more uncomfy. You're not going, you cannot pull out the satisfaction, like you cannot pull the energy in. And at the same time, you also lack of the ability of putting the satisfaction out of this and saying, okay, today was a great practice. Today I really gained the time, and tomorrow is going to be perfect. And on the weekend, I'm going to be up to pace. I really never ever came into that state of mind, or into that situation, let's say. And this is where I was like, okay, I need to get back there. I need to change something in my life in order to be able to start performing back at my very best, which I need to do. Like, you know, having a full-time job, limited time on practice, also being a streamer, also having a girlfriend you're taking care of. You have to be efficient, you have to be spot on, and you have to kind of perform 100% every single time, every single day you get in the sim. That this is a kind of utopia, yeah, that stands out of it, of course, is a bit of an utopia to always perform 100,000% at all times, but you have to try to. And this is what made me struggle a bit especially during the Formula Pro Series. We have 3 out of 6 races where we've not finished in the top 10. Yes, one of that being related to internet disconnection, where we dropped out of P4, having the chance to actually score our first podium in Donington. So that didn't quite help the mood. But if you draw a line under it saying 3 out of 6 not in the top 10, or the other way around, only 3 of 6 of races in the top 10, then you clearly have to say that this is not enough, and this is not why you're here, this is not why you're competing, this is not what you want to get for the team, and also what the team expects of you. So 1st August or 2nd August, the Formula Pro Series then was done. And while I kept the streaming going a little bit, you still found me less often on the air, mostly only doing the Traction GG streams. Then obviously I was 3 or 4 days on vacation over my birthday, for the 30th birthday. And that, you know, is also like a thing. So you're rewinding what you've done in the last 10 years, where you're right now, where you want to go. So speaking about the future of things, what's going on in your life, what is your targets, what is your goals and stuff like that, was also a bit of, kind of a bit of strategic thinking going on, like what do you expect from yourself in the future? And coming home from the vacation, going back into the job and really saying, okay, like, let's focus on fix this thing in your life that is like a demon in your mind and like keeping processing you all the time. And let's be quite blunt, like from August onwards till the beginning of September, I was like, yeah, and now you fix your situation in the job. And I fixed it by handing in the notice of quittation. And I have nothing going on yet for the future. As I said, I'm currently working on it. So yeah, my mind is not 100% freed up just yet. However, there's some few more things that I now need to deal with before I really get back into streaming. And that was the other thing, like, so often I have been so greedy on myself, not being in the mood, not feeling the happiness, and I was like, yeah, if I'm gonna stream now, you guys are gonna see that I'm not feeling comfy, that I'm not feeling 100% alright. You know, at the end of the day, I'm a human, I'm no actor. I'm not sitting in front of the camera putting on a smile when I don't feel like it. So I really only put the smile if I feel like smiling is something that comes out of my from the inner values, let's say. People sometimes ask me whether I'm in a bad mood because my facial expression a lot of times looks a bit you know, that you see that face when I'm racing, like full focused and a bit greedy and a bit mad it looks. But yeah, that's just like how my face is born and how my face has grown over the years. But again, I'm not like the actor putting on a smile when I don't feel like it. That's just me. Like, I'm authentic in that regard. And I was like, before I jump on streaming something, like really just something super random where I'm out, like that was the next thing. I was a bit out of ideas what I want to do. It's like, nah, I didn't want to go into F1 22. I didn't want to just jump onto the dead R Factor 2 competition system. I just didn't want to do this, didn't want to do that. There was no storytelling behind. There was no content within the content, you know. And then I said, you know what, I'm rather fixing my mind and spending a bit more time with the girlfriend, getting a little more thinking about the future, what is the plannings, what do you want to do and stuff like that. So what I did though was a little bit of F1 manager game, simply because of the fact I haven't had to go into the rig for that. Like, you know, I could really enjoy myself, not being stressed with a buddy, not being stressed by being 100% focused and aware, but also just like leaning back, letting the mind just getting a little bit of mind laziness going. As much as you always obviously are focused on the game, but it's a different kind of focus than being in the sim trying to maximize lap time and everything. So that is why I had some occasional streams going on. And most importantly, instead of just not like feeling like it, with the streaming, there was at least a period of 3 to 4 weeks where every single evening I was making up my mind, like, do I quit my job or do I not quit my job? If I quit my job, what is the plan? What is the strategy forward? Like, you know, you can't just quit your job and sit down and do nothing. I'm not that type of person, and my future plannings also do not allow for this kind of plan. Well, I wouldn't even call it a plan, to be honest. So yeah, that was another thing. So talking a lot with a girlfriend, talking a lot with mom and dad, with my brother, with the family, with friends, explaining a situation, trying to get an idea whether I was overreacting or making my mind up on something that doesn't exist. We found the consensus on a lot of things, and it was just that period of life where, like, you've turned 30, something's just not really going well, and you now have to take the actions in order to develop yourself as a personality, and to get on the new challenge, to get on the next level, and to, yeah, go beyond, like, get out of the comfort zone and get something going. And yeah, that is what basically has stuffed myself up with work in the last 6 or 7 weeks, hence why a lot of lower streaming. I would love to just, you know, get the random sim racing stream going, fire up the camera, say Thursday evening we're gonna do a little bit of low fuel motorsport in ACC, or we're gonna jump into an iRacing race with a Mercedes F1 car, or with whatever, really, like, you know, just enjoy sim racing, enjoy streaming and such. But this is the thing. I didn't enjoy myself, and I didn't really have the mood, and I also haven't had the drive. I was sleeping roughly an hour longer in average compared to the last 3 or 4 months. I was still getting super quickly tired. Like, it was Monday evening, 21:30. And I was doing practice, but I was starting to struggle with fatigue just after 1 hour of driving, literally. And this, you know, there were so many emergency bells where I was like, okay, you need to get out of this. You need to fix it. You need to do something. You need to tackle and approach the demons in your head, in your life, that is making the situation not so enjoyable, let's say. Sitting here, I've never had a mental breakdown in the last 6 or 7 weeks, or having some other issues, but I was seeing that there was something dragging away my energy and my happiness, and I had to get this sorted for the moment. And now obviously the future factors dragging a little bit on the happiness, but that is a different kind of thing. It's not like you're waking up and like, oh my god, what am I gonna have to do today with? It's more like you're waking up and say, okay, another day, you need to find a job, so let's do it. And that is what's currently going on. That is what in general is going on. And now I start like feeling better, so we will see more streams in the future again. Of course, with Le Mans Virtual Series currently running, we have limited time for streaming because we're gonna do practice. But there's the Virtual Endurance Championship coming up next week with the 8 hours of Spa, where we have to do a better job than in Monza. There is F1 streams coming up. There is maybe an iRacing stream coming up. Like, you know, I'm starting to fresh up my mind and see what's happening, what's going. And if you guys have any suggestion, if you guys have any wish of content that you like to see, put it down in the comment area below and let me know what you're thinking. If you want to give me feedback to the overall general situation, maybe some, like, okay, probably this video is not going to be that much views, but maybe the kind of 100-200 people that are watching this till the end will be like, yeah, we've kind of see you suffer or whatever, or we kind of understand what you've been doing here. Let me know. Put it down in the comment area below. I'm happily looking at them. And beyond that, I hope you guys enjoy yourself. And yeah, as you've seen the unboxing, maybe that will be something that we go deeper into for the future. So that was one of the active processes that has happened in the last 2 to 3 weeks because of no stream. Also thinking about the future. What are we going to do? Investments, stuff like that. We're going to have a talk about that the next, I think in the next episode, perhaps next week. Let's see how this goes, and we will then further explore on this one together. Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the program. I hope you have. I really should start taking outtakes. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys have pulled your personal satisfaction out of my explanation on why there haven't been too many streams lately. And hope that we spend some more time together on the next streams in the future. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend, everyone. See you and goodbye.